Friend essentially cheated on girlfriend while on a break. He misunderstood, second girl is pregnant, keeping it. So my friend and his girlfriend seem to have a pretty great relationship with communicating and date long distance. He's told me they can get into arguments at times about the distance, and it can get tough. This has led to some arguments and sometimes a break being suggested. However, the first time this was ever suggested by the girlfriend, my friend took this to mean an actual break, not just a break for the day, as it was not specified. He says he tried reaching out to her to confirm, but was essentially given the silent treatment for the better half of the day. Because he's been cheated on in the past, he had his suspicions, thought this meant his long-distance girlfriend wanted to have a night of release physical touch. So he sought this for himself. However, upon the next day, he learned that the girlfriend had just meant she needed a break from talking for the day. He never told her that he slept with someone else, and he never asked. He got a text message not too long ago that the second girl is pregnant and keeping the baby. He's really unsure of what to do, but feels that if he tells his girlfriend, she's going to leave him, and feels that it's his soulmate. He figured she would more than likely consider it cheating, even if he misunderstood the context, and the fact what he's kept it quiet for so long would also likely not be encouraging, though he mostly wished to be happy now that they were assuredly together and had defined what a break meant moving forward. Again, keep in mind that he hasn't asked if she sought some physical release herself, and almost doesn't want to know, loving her so much. What should he do? I'm really not sure what advice to give him, granted that she could take it a number of ways, depending on his delivery and her feelings of if she feels betrayed, or like he was rash for jumping to that conclusion. He would be mortified if the roles were switched and knows it, making him believe she'll be heartbroken and leave him. But he doesn't want to keep her in the dark during this situation either. The second girl even told him that she'd get an abortion, had him pay $350, and then decided the day of that she won't be going through with it, won't be returning the money, and is more than fine to take a paternity test come August when the baby is due. If you were in his shoes, or in mine and wanting to give advice, what would you do, say? I'll likely show him this thread if anyone replies. Thank you for your time.
Confession 2. I need to leave my dad, but I don't know where to go. Hello everyone, this happened just a couple of minutes ago. I, 19F, have been living with my dad, 38M, since I was 12. It's a long story with my grandparents that I don't really want to explain right now because I'm still in an unstable mindset. Let me explain. My dad gets rowdy over the littlest things, and today he decided to make it known how much he would do to get his point across. I grew up in a home where I was resented and neglected with my grandparents, and as doing so I have developed anxiety and other things. Let it be known that I am an only child. So a couple of minutes ago my dad thought I was lying to him about a drop of jelly that had been next to my room. I'm not allowed to eat in my room. So he asked if I did, I denied, and he called me a liar. I have lied about small things in the past, but I have been trying to stop because it had become a very bad habit. I genuinely was being honest with him. I ate it in the kitchen and jelly had got on my pajamas and eventually fell onto the floor. So instead of him letting me speak, which he never does, he decided to throw the TV in my room and flip over the stand and started yelling at me. He had scared me and I was in the midst of having a panic attack, to which he started mocking me, then a screaming match ensued. I was sitting on the couch trying to defend myself while crying and shaking, and I told him I was scared, to which he started mocking me again. Almost an hour had gone by and he blatantly said, I don't care if I was right or wrong, you shouldn't be lying to me anyway. If you're so fucking scared then leave. It took me a while to stop hyperventilating after he left my room. I want to go to my mom's, but I don't know if your fiancé will be okay with it. Can someone please just give me any advice at all? I don't have that much money and my job fired me last week for no given reason. I don't want to go to the local homeless shelter, but I feel like this might be my only option. Edit. I'm sorry for not responding to anyone. After I got out of church I slept the whole day. I'd like to thank you for all the kind comments. To the individual that said kill him, please don't say things like that. I'm currently calmed down and eating pizza while reading this. I'll let you guys know if anything happens. Edit 2. Hey y'all. So I've decided to enlist in the Air Force. Currently getting ready now. I'll keep in touch. Also thank you so much for all the love, it means a lot to me that so many people care about me. Edit 3. Hey folks, So the Air Force recruiter I was supposed to go see wasn't in the office today, so I am going to go see them next week, promise. Also another thing, there are some creepy people going in my DMs telling me to come live with them. Stop, that isn't the reason I made this post and you damn well know it, this isn't a dating site.
Confession 3. My father accused me of sleeping with my stepmom. Life has been falling apart, but I'm still trying my hardest to be a positive role model for my youngest brother. I'm 21, the oldest to two brothers 18. This year has been a life-impacting year. My father went through some psychotic delusion episode accusing me of sleeping with my stepmom and some other belittling shit. Stopped talking for months, and when we did and he wanted to build a relationship again, it ended up being a ploy as revenge for being part of a plan to ruin his life. False accusations, manipulation, he kicked me to the streets, and now brother 18 sees me as how my father's delusion saw me, so we don't talk anymore. Living in my car for a few weeks and spending my 21st with nobody and nothing, living in my car. I was planning on just disappearing and starting over somewhere new, but finances still haven't kicked in, so I was living off of plasma donations. Eventually went to my hometown and decided to contact family, despite my father putting in my head that they want nothing to do with me. They ended up helping me drastically over the months. I'm working again and still looking for more work, paying rent in a small place for a bit, still struggling, but trying to mitigate it. I rebuilt my relationship with my mom after resolving my childhood hatred to her. My mom currently has my youngest brother, so it's been long since I've seen him since I stopped talking to my mom in May. I'm trying to continue to build my relationship with my mom, especially after I finally started to see her progress and understand her trauma during my childhood. As for my youngest brother, he's definitely spoiled, but I guess that's how it is to be the baby or LMAO. I still do try to correct him and give him some kind of discipline or advice while still hanging out and playing Nintendo with him. My other brother is with my dad and has more of my dad's perception on how he views the family and everyone because of what my dad thinks his family did to him. It was his victim mentality and own self-sabotage rather than his family. They were trying to protect the kids while still trying to help my dad until he rejected it. But as shit started to hit harder and the depression really kicked in, I did notice my repetitive relapse in older bad habits, as well as picking up new ones such as cigarettes and alcohol. Trying to acknowledge my limit in order to prevent too much harm, but it has affected me. I'm still working on eating more again and still focusing on the gym, continuing with my job while enrolling for college again for January. I still do things I shouldn't, but I'm still working to do the things I need to. I don't smoke weed anytime I know I'll be around family, especially my little brother. I try my best to be enthusiastic, having laughs, and spending time with him. He had 4 step-siblings his age until they moved away due to the parents' personal issues. His other older brother isn't around often anymore, so I'm really the only brotherly figure who can have more presence in his life. I try to be happy and joyful when I'm with him and even help him out with random things or riddles or advice in the games we play just to help guide him in some way. I want him to know that I'm there for him to support him, despite my own struggles, which I am working towards mitigating. I'm not in the best state myself, but I know what I need to do to fix it. It's just a matter of how I go about it.